Novice Handbook, they tell you to put your 2 fingers here.
Okay.
With the Dickies, however, so that's the pants my dad is wearing right now, the dress pants. Those, you can go ahead and put the seams together and find out the creases that way. For me to use, it has to be 2, I don't know why, but
Okay.
it just has to be 2 fingers. Thickness from the front of the crease to the front crease to the pocket. So you're going to go ahead and iron that, and I'm going to show you really quick how to iron. So ideally, since this is your starting point, you want to start here and try not to iron the pocket yet, but you're going to start here, and with a dry iron, or with a steam, first time, if you've never ironed your pants before and you're setting the crease for the first time, you want to use steam. Afterwards, you can just use a dry iron. And so you push it down firmly, and you have to do this quite a couple times, like maybe 10 times or something. You can also kind of glide along and then stop to let it really set, and then glide along and then stop until you reach all the way to the end. And always be really careful because that metal part of the iron is really hot. So after you're done with that, you make sure you stretch it all the way out so that there are no wrinkles on this side, no wrinkles on the back. And you do the same thing. Again, stretching the fabric, glide across. You can go ahead and let it sit for a while, glide across, all the way to the end.
Make sure throughout you keep the seam at the right place.
So you can get help from your siblings or your parents. And then next, we have the pockets. And this doesn't really have to, there's no real guideline for the pocket. Just make sure it's smooth. I would go from the top, or from the bottom, bottom up, all the way to the top. And just make sure this is nice and flat. And then you unbutton your pocket. And we're going to grab another piece of cardboard. So similarly with the chambray, where you put the cardboard underneath the pocket flaps, you're going to put it right here as well, so the buttons don't imprint. And then you just go ahead and make sure the top is really nice and flat and smooth. Yeah. And that's basically it for the pant leg. You do the same thing on the other side. So now remember, since you flip the pants, the front is now on this side.
How about the other side? The inside?
The inside?
Yeah.
Really, the inside, you can go ahead and smooth that out, especially if you flip it over, you see there was a wrinkle there, and you accidentally set that wrinkle, you want to get rid of that wrinkle. Yeah, ideally, if as long as there's no wrinkles on the bottom, go ahead and just smooth one side. Yeah. And of course, the creases, you only have to do that once. Alright, so this time, the front is on this side. So you put 2 fingers here. That looks good. So we're going to stretch this. And we're going to iron the same way from the top. You're going to glide and stop and let it sit. Glide and stop. Make sure you stretch that out. And just go all the way down. And the same for the other side. Same thing for the pockets and
Back pockets.
I don't think you have to iron the back pockets.
When you stretch.
Yeah, so after you're done with both legs and you like your creases, which hopefully you do, because they're very, very, very hard to correct, go ahead and starch. Do you want to starch them now? Or, yeah.
Oh, starch.
So, for those of you who weren't here last time, there are a couple brands that the Cadet manual, Novice Handbook actually, recommends. I think they're called Stay Flow and Faultless, but we just got any strong starch from Safeway, so it doesn't really matter that much. Sometimes they come in gallons where you have to pour it into a spray container and dilute it, and they'll tell you like what proportions of starch to water. that's kind of a hassle, so we just brought a spray can. And yeah, so all you do,
We were talking about using some